UK. In London, he faced immense obstacles to integrating, not least of which he was stuck at the end of the Piccadilly line near Heathrow and could not access the resources and the services and the amenities that he needed to create a life for himself. To make matters worse, whilst I knew Adam, his family were murdered by militia in Darfur. Adam was broken, isolated and paralysed, but a bike changed that. My name is Jem Stein, I'm the founder and director of the Bike Project. This is Beanie, who you'll be hearing from a bit later. To live a normal life in London, Adam needed to be able to access the following resources and services: lawyers, English lessons, food and basic amenities, education, and psychological support. A bike allowed Adam to access these resources because I gave it to him for free. It was a free means to access them. It was sustainable. A good bike lasts several years. And for someone like Adam, it allowed him to believe that his future could be brighter than his past. Unfortunately, Adam's story was not unique. It still is not unique. And that got me thinking. Every year, 20,000 asylum seekers arrive in the UK, and around 200,000 refugees and asylum seekers living in the UK at the moment. On the other hand, 27,000 bikes are abandoned in London every year. So you have the supply of an excess resource on the one hand, a bike, and demand from people that needed them on the other, refugees. And my vision was to match the two. So to cut a long, complicated story short, I ended up really believing in this project, really believing in this vision, and I left my job to set up the Bike Project. That was in October 2012. We launched in March 2013, and we collect second-hand bikes from the police, the council, and individuals. We refurbish them, and we donate them to refugees and asylum seekers in London through our network of partner charities, including the Red Cross, the Refugee Council, and the Children's Society. One thing that always amazes me about the Bike Project is that most of our volunteers who help fix the bikes are asylum seekers and refugees themselves who've already received a bike, who, despite having nothing to give really, give their time back to help other refugees benefit from a bike in the same way that they did. So far, in just over 13 months, we've given away 350 bikes. Of those, 100 have gone to kids. We've secured funding commitments from the Pears Foundation, Sigrid Rousing, and the Tudor Trust. We've also provided bike mechanics training for 14 unaccompanied asylum seekers. And through our Women's Cycling Project, which if you want to hear more about, you can ask us afterwards, we taught 5 refugee women to cycle. Impact, impact, impact. So important in the third sector to measure your impact. We measure our impact according to 3 dimensions. Firstly, financial. A bike saves a refugee a total of £1,040 per year, according to the refugees that we surveyed. In other words, if they carried out the same number of journeys by public transport as they did on a bike, that's how much they would have spent. In our first year, we provided 300 bikes, and that saved a total of £312,000 for 300 refugees in our first year. Our second dimension is practical. 82% of the refugees we surveyed use their bike for social activities or to access basic amenities. And this is a statistic that really blows me away. In the emotional dimension, every single refugee that we surveyed found that a bike made them feel better or much better. My vision moving forward is to provide more bikes. In our first year we provided 300, we're in our second year now and we want to provide 500. And in our third year we want to provide 1,000. But in order to do that, we need your help. Every bike that we give away comes with essential safety equipment, which allows them to cycle safely in London. Lights so they can cycle safely at night, a lock to keep the bike safe, and a helmet to keep the rider safe. Safety equipment for one bike costs a total of £25. So for every £25 you donate tonight, we will be able to provide safety equipment for another refugee to cycle safely in London. Now, enough from me. We're going to hear from someone who's really benefited from the project. I want to welcome Beanie. Do you want to come over here, Beanie? Yeah. Is your mic on?
Yeah, my name is Beanie, and I'm from Eritrea. I'm 19 years old, and it has been about 3 months since I came to London.
And why did you flee Eritrea?
I flew Eritrea because I was having some problems with the government.
Can't hear you.
Oh, is it not?
Just put it closer to your mouth.
Yeah,
Close to your mouth.
I was having problems with my government because of political issues. Yeah, and they arrested my parents as well. That's why I fled out from my country to Ethiopia.
And tell us a little bit about living in London as a refugee. What's it like?
Yeah, living in London, being a refugee is a bit hard because, yeah, for travel, for everything you need money, and you need time management as well.
And how much do you spend on your Oyster card a week before you got a bike?
I used to spend about £20 to top up my Oyster card.
And how's the bike helped you?
It helps me to manage the time that I've got and to involve in different courses that are could be more further from my area. It can take me a long time to go there, but because I was having my bike, I can manage everything.
And how does the bike make you feel?
It makes me feel to be independent and, yeah, hopeful.
So, as Beanie said, a bike makes refugees feel more independent and hopeful. With your help, we'd like to provide more safety equipment so more refugees can feel independent and hopeful. Thank you.